in 2020.
Yes.
2020.
That year.
Yes. That year. I'd say 2020 was a watershed year for the whole body of Christ not because there was a stirring up of the pot, but because things became uncovered.
Yes.
And it was like the Lord, Brian Brent, actually, the leader of CR, he said this. It was like the Lord is holding us to the fire on these issues. He's not going to let us out. And because he wants to deal with it, because it matters to him. And so we saw a lot of just things that haven't been really talked about enough start to be uncovered in really painful ways in the nation, with the death of Ahmaud Arbery and then Breonna Taylor and then George Floyd, and just the debate of debates about even language and is this political, is this gospel, like how do you talk about these things, you know what I mean? And I think what was so beautiful about that season was the bold, gracious, and yet unapologetic way in which the leadership of CR addressed everything that was happening, both internally and then the language that we used to communicate to those that look to us for gospel leadership, I guess. And I had so many friends that were part of other missions agencies that were saying, like, there were minorities in other missions agencies saying it's so healing to see the way that CR leadership that's predominantly white is handling these conversations. It feels like I have permission to be in pain, and that my pain isn't a hindrance to the unity of the faith or the furtherance of the gospel. Like I can actually bring my pain to the table and deal with it, and also ask, like, God, what do you have to say about this? And so I think circuit riders started talking about it. Internally, we had a lot of really wild conversations as a movement. And then we got to be a part of some of the response, even on the heels of what happened in Minneapolis with George Floyd. Danny and a team of 4, I think, went a couple days after. Like they went that weekend. So it happened on a Monday. They went that weekend, and then they came back, and then the whole team of us went that following week, and just watched as the Lord moved, as we chose to stand proximate to the pain of the people, but also came with, man, there is a solution, and it's the cross.
Yes.
And so it was beautiful how God moves, and I don't